Welcome back. With me today in studio, I have Margot Gillison, who is with the Foundation of Laguna Woods, and then we have Laura Fisher, who is with South County Outreach. Well, welcome both of you. It's nice to have you on.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the foundation. We have a lot of people that move in here on a regular basis that don't necessarily know what it's all about.
The brief description would be that the Foundation of Laguna Woods Village is a charitable organization with a tax ID number. And our mission is basically to help village residents on an emergency basis if they need some financial assistance. We do this through the Social Services Department that's right here in this building. And they evaluate and the client's financial resources and the problem, and then they bring that to us, and everything that we do is anonymous so that nobody knows who's being helped. And it can be a variety of sources, like someone has trouble paying a utility bill or a pharmacy bill or a dental bill, or any of the many things that people, especially today where a lot of people living alone, we can provide a service that, a medical alert system, ambulance service, anything that is within the range of an emergency situation, evaluated again by the Social Services Department and paid out. So about 97 cents out of every dollar goes to helping Laguna Woods residents. That is our slogan, if you will, neighbors helping neighbors. And we live by that commitment and hope that we're seen as your local help resource. And what we've done also is partnered with a number of organizations, and that's why Lara is here today, because the foundation has been very supportive of the work of South County Outreach. And I'm going to turn this over to Lara at this point to let her describe our relationship and some of the needs of South County Outreach to the residents of the village.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
So we're thrilled to be a partner with the village and the foundation. Many of the clubs in the community actually assist us through food drives and cash donations every year and volunteering. For example, the library alone has generated 5,500 pounds of food this year in food drives. I think many of the people listening and viewing would know that we had a very significant flood last year. We went through a lot of perishable or non-perishable foods during that time, trying to keep people fed. And so that food need is huge for us. We'll distribute roughly around 1 million pounds of food every year to people. We'll assist 2,000 people a month. But similar to the foundation, our goal really is to be a resource to people in need. And that can be anywhere from people that can not have enough money to feed themselves. We want to be that resource. Or if they do have enough money for food but not enough money for other things, we want to be able to let them take those food dollars and put that to paying a bill, whether that's a medical bill or an electric bill or something else. We want them paying their bills, and we're able to assist with food. But the foundation as a whole has generated $38,000 for us over our commitment, which has been roughly around 14, 15 years we've been working with the foundation, long time. And so beneficial, because a lot of the people we see are seniors, and they just need a little bit of help. You know, there are times that I think everybody in their life has had some type of challenge, and people don't always know where to go to, and that's where the foundation and this social services can be a huge benefit to them. And we want to partner with both the village as a whole and the foundation to make sure that people have what they need.
So, Margot, it certainly seems like you have an excellent resource here with South County Outreach and a variety of others. If someone was in need, is the first place for them to go social services?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And if you have a neighbor or a friend who is in need, if that person would call social services and tell them, describe the situation, then social services knows. They don't know until someone comes forward and says, you know, I don't think my neighbor is getting enough food. We have a relationship with Meals on Wheels, for example, and do a lot of funding of that. Many thousands of dollars a month goes to help our neighbors in the village with food resources. No one should be hungry. I mean, that's sort of a philosophy. And but yet, the foundation is also assists some of our residents to get a ride to the pantry if they don't have a car and are unable to drive. So and the foundation, in addition to that, also helps our seniors in the village who are also clients of the South County Outreach in a holiday gift program, which we instituted a couple of years ago, and obviously is very successful. But and the names that we get are from the registers from South County Outreach. They provide us with a list of names, and then we provide them with Christmas and holiday gifts.
So it's pretty intertwined. I mean, you guys have very intertwined.
It's a true partnership.
It really is, and for, like you said, for some time. So if you didn't have this resource, what would be some of your challenges?
Well, financially, it would be a big hit to our budget, but we also think that the whole concept of neighbors helping neighbors is huge, right? So if you are a senior and having a hard time eating, that can be a very humbling experience for you. And a lot of times going to a case manager, going to social services, you know, we don't need that yet. We're not in that type of situation, but you may be. And so it's the combined effort of finding resources and giving people comfort in needing help and seeking help that is huge. For people that haven't been to our pantry, I think people think of pantries in the antiquated way, in that, you know, you would show up and you'd maybe be handed a box of food. Our pantry is beautiful. It's extremely clean. We've got lovely volunteers that are helping people, guide people through the pantry, but our guests actually shop the shelves for the foods that they want to eat. So if they have a restricted diet and are looking for low sodium type items, we can normally find those. Gluten-free, nut allergies, any of those types of things, we've got the types of food that people need. I think a lot of times when people are on a low income, they end up surviving, if you will, on those non-perishable foods, soups. All of those things are very high in sodium, and they do keep you fed, but they aren't really nutritious. For our seniors, we've got a ton of produce, a ton of protein and dairy products in our pantry as well. And so those are the things that help keep somebody that's having needs to be able to give themselves that type of nourishment. We're able to provide those things.
Wow, that's great. That's quite a selection.
Yeah.
You sound like Costco.
We're very proud of it, that the pantry after the flood looks what I refer to as a kind of a little European grocery store.
Oh gosh, cool.
It's great. And again, the volunteers, we've got great volunteers from the village as well, so we're always looking for good volunteers to help us. But it's nice to have somebody that guides them through. I wish I had somebody guided me through the grocery store so that I knew where things were and what was on sale this week. So it can work really well. It's a good opportunity. And those isolation issues that we hear about with people that aren't getting out very much, it can be a great experience for them to come. We have other wraparound services that we can provide to people that are in need. You know, are they signed up for other services? That whether those are government services or local services, you know, what can we do to assist and make sure that people are safe and healthy?
That's great. And then one thing I wanted to ask you is, I know you said you kept it anonymous. So once they've gone through the experience, what do they say to you?
Well, I don't think that many of the recipients of financial aid even know where it comes from, because we don't put a gift card in and said we're paying this bill, you know, courtesy of the foundation. We work sort of in the background. That's why our financial resources are so important, and that's why we, as an organization, can partner with Braille Institute and South County Outreach and Alzheimer's and all of these other groups, Saddleback, as outreach, so that we can introduce the clients of social services to a variety of experiences. We like to be in the background, and there always is a confusion. People hear, you know, the foundation of Laguna Woods, and they say, was that GRF? And we say, no, it's not. It has nothing, it's not a political organization. We're all volunteers. None of us are paid a cent. We do this out of the goodness of our heart, and what we're trying to do is find ways and means to be able to help our partner organizations and also fund the foundation's commitment to our slogan again, neighbors helping neighbors.
Right, exactly, exactly. Anything else you'd like to tell us?
We're always looking for good partners. So many of the clubs in the village partner with us, whether on food drives, coming and volunteering. You know, we work with the Democratic Club. I've spoken to the Dog Club, and they've done different things for us.
Okay.
The Indian Club, the Daughters of the British Empire. I mean, the list goes on of the unbelievable support we get here. So I want to say thank you first and foremost. But if there's anybody out there looking to volunteer or do a food drive, we would greatly appreciate it. Reach out to us. We're always looking for additional support.
Great, and I would imagine you are also looking for volunteers too.
Actually, we're not looking for volunteers because we have a small board, and again, our focus is to make sure that the people in the village who need financial assistance can get it in a well-vetted way through social services, so that it all becomes, there's not really from a volunteer perspective, although the board is volunteer. The work is actually done by the participating organizations and by the social services people who are just incredible. Their energy and their communication, they tell us what they need. We find different ways to be able to help, because when after the earthquake, there are earthquake kits that are available for sale here at the village, but there are people who didn't even know that there was and they were concerned about what they would do. So we have made those available to those people who are clients of social services. If they come in and ask for a disaster kit, we can make that available to them. So we're trying to continually expand the services that we offer, and the partnership with social services is absolutely incredible.
Great.
We're always talking to each other and finding out new ways. They come up with something about, we think there's a need for this or a need for that, and whether it's a taxi service or an Uber service or something that we hadn't thought of, we're very, very happy to help them fund those needs. And again, neighbors helping neighbors, and we know we're not GRF. no political involvement whatsoever.
Strictly nonprofit.
Strictly nonprofit charitable organization that everyone should be proud to give to.
Well, that's really a nice thing. Thank you for doing that. It sounds very successful, and the partnership, great stuff. I'm glad you're able to have a lot of people in the community help you as well. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right. And remember, if you want any information about what we just talked about, you can start at social services, or you can reach out to South County Outreach. We'll be right back. Thank you.